The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster Sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides, mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
Hear the words you say sometimes? I mean, who talks like that?
98 KUPD.
Thank you, Silence the Voice. Let's begin Friday, shall we? Channel 10's Troy Hayden Morecambe just text me.
Who?
Whoa.
That's what they call him now.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Troy Hayden Morecambe.
Yeah.
Soon. When he hitches up with the zoo lady. Brady, you're a little Cupid there, kind of. Not sure how you nailed that one, but you were.
I'm like Neil Clark Warren.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've always said about you. You know that. Yeah, anyway, Troy said that game last night was, what I want to get it exactly right so I don't say something stupid. It says the biggest revenue regular season baseball game in the history of Fox. That's amazing. They had made a ton of money, too. So that tells me 2 things. Fox and Major League Baseball will milk this thing until we hate it. They're going to ruin it. Wouldn't it be great if they never did it again?
I was wondering.
Honestly.
I said they were going to
one and done?
Yes, because then
it's magic.
Then it means, you can't recreate that. It's sequels. It's, it's Goonies 2. It's like you can't, Goonies wasn't very good, but it had something about it that you watched. It would be like watching Field of Dreams 2.
Yeah.
His dad's back. Now Dad's back, and this time it's personal. It's or Search for Curly's Gold. I don't know. Whatever Dad's back for. Electric Boogaloo 2. Field of Dreams 2.
Neither of those was
Field
good.
of Dreams 2 Electric Boogaloo would be pretty great. Where he just builds a big rap dance battle stage in the cornfield.
Drag Ice-T out of retirement over there.
Oh, man. Look, Ray can't sell it. If you build it, they will dance. Yeah, I don't know. But, so Fox and, all networks will sit and go, that was a cash cow. Let's do it again. Let's do it again, because even if it's, 80% of what it was the first night, it's going to be a monster. And it will be. The second one will still, because like a sequel, people who loved the first one or missed it will be like, I'm going to try this too, so we'll all go to the second one.
Does Kevin come out again?
No, you can't do that again.
They will.
They'll do it again.
They'll do it again.
I mean, the players being introduced out of the cornfield, you'd have to have something unique every time. Like James Earl Jones doing the team introductions would be the next thing. But otherwise, I mean, what are you going to? Eventually, you're going to have Timothy Busfield on there. Like you're going to break it down to the little girl Abigail. What's her name's going to come in? Nobody's going to care.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have the guy. Is it Archibald? Doctor? Have a guy jump across the third baseline and collapse
and turn into Burt Lancaster. A little girl choking on a hot dog, and some player goes over and
they'll do a little scene from each one.
Moonlight Graham, I got to get home. Virginia, think I got a girlfriend.
You did see it.
You all saw it. You all saw it. He talks so slow in that movie, it's annoying. Let him go, Ray. Oh, my God. That's not a gun. That's your finger. Like, he has to, the best part would be like...
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Show it to me. Oh, it's such a great thing. And then Fox will wreck it. And baseball will definitely wreck it because that's all they do is take things and milk them. You couldn't have Kevin Costner wander out there for another 2 minutes. All right, Kevin, we get it. We know what this is. You can't recreate. Ghostbusters 2 was just such suck, and we all went to it thinking, oh, they're going to do it. You can't recreate that initial goofy magic. You can't try twice. So, and especially it's going to be next time. It'll be like they'll probably do a National League game, or the Cubs would be in it.
Yeah,
you get to the historic franchises, the Cubs,
and like the Dodgers,
the Reds, or the Dodgers, or something like that. But yeah, if you called it Field of Dreams 2, Electric Boogaloo, I'd laugh at that.
Hell, they made 3 hangovers.
I know.
One was magical, and the rest.
And what did they do to the other? The other two made you not like the first one because by then the characters are so annoying. You're like, I don't even care if I watch this again. It would be amazing if, as humans, we had the capability, like Curly, from Slickers when Billy Crystal's like, you could have had her. She could have been yours. What happened? I mean, why didn't you chase her? Because she's the love of my life. He never followed up because that would have wrecked it. He just saw this girl in a see-through dress, and he's like, that's the love of my life. This is the best moment I'm ever going to have with a woman. Although I also think Curly was a little gay. But that's a different story for another time.
Curly was a twink?
I'm pretty sure Curly was a twink.
Oh, man.
When Billy Crystal,
you're wrecking the movie.
He's asking Billy Crystal, like, so did you ever have a love of your life, Curly? Once, long time ago. Saw her in a dress, the sun behind her. You can see every bit of her through a silhouette. What'd you say? Did you go after him? No, I let it go. She could have been the one. She is. And then he rides off. I'm like, that.
Like looking at dudes.
That was a good. I also like sucking on a lot more. One thing in my mouth at a time. One thing.
That was the one thing.
What's the secret to life, Curly? I don't even know. One thing. A big. That's it. I'm a size queen. But he had the greatest. In that movie, that was a great moment to say, why ruin this amazing thing? Yeah. If had I gone any further, meeting this girl who I already fell in love with and had a full relationship with, and he's right. If you've ever met a woman, you know never to talk to them. So Curly was dead on the money. Like, look at them, enjoy it, and leave. Yeah. The only thing that's going to happen once you get to know him is you're going to hate him.
Yeah, he's in love with the ideal. He wasn't in love with her. He's in love with the ideal.
That was the love of his life. Yeah. She could have been the one, Curly. She could have been the love of your life. She is. Ah. Then he takes off on the horse. It was just such a perfect moment. Perfect moment. But we always wreck it. That was cool. Do it again. Oh, no. And eventually we're going to see, the Tampa Bay Rays and the Colorado Rockies playing in Field of Dreams, and no one will care at all.
There are 20 other scenes that were cut out of that it's just Billy Crystal going, he's right behind me.
He's behind me. Right behind you because I love being behind a man. Yeah, Curly was a twink. There's a lot. You don't think so?
No, I'm not saying you're not, but now I'm trying to think back on it. Now you're kind of
riding on the range.
Damn.
Had no interest in the ladies. He liked that one in the sundress, but he never talked to her. I mean, if it was your friend, it's like the chick at the bar. We'd make fun of him. I had a date last night. Oh, did you nail her? We had a good time. I get it. What happened? Are you going to go out again? We had a lot of fun. Like, you didn't do anything, did you? You twink.
So she was so hot he turned into a twink. Is that basically what we're saying?
It was the story he told that guy to put on a beard because Billy Crystal.
His one thought of going to the other side.
He had a persona he had to protect because being a gay cowboy wasn't cool in 1990 or before.
Maybe
even now.
Well before Brokeback. So.
It was well before Brokeback, but he was riding the range, putting the stem on the rose, so to speak, as they announced in Brokeback. And Curly was with the boys and Cookie, and they were all kind of afraid of him because he was the buck twink. I don't know what you call it. And he was the scariest one because you serviced Curly. I've always thought that about City Slickers. I'm like, Curly didn't ever have a lady. And when you asked him what's like the one great relationship you ever had with a woman, he said, I saw one once. They seem okay. But you've been out here with these cows and dudes the whole time?
Having to pull those calves out every now and then?
Right. And he knew his way around that, didn't he? Get in there. Blech, vagina. Even cow vagina's gross.
Maybe like DC Comics, the City Slickers franchise will make that announcement.
Could be. Yeah, Curly's a gay. Curly and Cookie hammered it out. But yeah, the poignant moment from that film was leave it alone. Leave a great thing alone. I would have wrecked it had I gone any further. What if she didn't like me? I would. The moment I shared with that visual, stunning moment in my head was, Flip Borley told me that a long time ago. Years ago, he goes, he had 600. He was here all day yesterday. He had 600 different wives and that. And he goes, I walk away from him. Yeah, sure, I'm a little upset about a couple. And he said, but here's the thing. I got to nail all of them. I'm like, that's really smelling the roses there. So he said, no matter what, you can take away everything from me. I walk away knowing that I violated that woman.
There were some good times.
Every possible way I can do it. There's nothing more I could do to that person. I'm like, well, darn it all. And he goes, so I just enjoy the time I had with her. And that was his kind of Curly advice to me, only it was flawed and terrible. Never take advice from Flip Borley. Just go to his shows and leave. But, yeah, so it was it's a great thing. So somebody says Liz Hurley. Is that what they're saying? Oh, no, that's it. Never mind. Somebody just said, have you seen the picture of Liz Hurley's new Squatch piece? No, I have not. I have not turned to the page.
On a different topic.
Yeah, in their 50s Squatch pieces. But, yeah, it would be awesome if Field of Dreams that was it. They grew the corn back, and they said that was just a one-off, and you'll never see it again. And maybe 50 years down the road. We all think it's a good idea to go back. We all think it's a good idea to go back and do it. But when has it worked? Other than Godfather 2, and that was only 2 years later. And that was because the story was written for so long. When has it ever been like, we got to recreate it? I remember the first...
Rocky 2?
Terrible movie. Just a terrible movie. Because
like that one?
No. The magic of Rocky isn't anywhere near Rocky 2.
I'm going to say The
about
Incredibles.
You like the second Incredibles?
Yeah, I think it held up.
Every single second movie that we think we want is not good.
You know, Kirby's maturing, Brady. You can get away from the animated movies
no, it's Brady's not maturing. That's the problem. Kirby's going to leave that stuff.
She's out of it.
Moana 2 is like Brady has got his fingers crossed that starts getting drawn.
Please.
But, yeah, I mean, there's not... I even remember being a kid, because I was a big Hitchcock fan as a kid. My mom liked it, and she'd show me the old Hitchcock movies. And I remember Rear Window to this day is my favorite movie of all time. And it was in the theater Tuesday. I got to wait till October now. And I remember Psycho being like just this outstanding thing. And my mom was talking to me about like how they, like in the 60s when it came out in 1960 and that people were afraid to take showers. I'm like, that seems crazy. And then it was like 81, 82, they come out with Psycho 2.
Terrible.
And I was excited, and people are like, this is going to be, like, we want this back. We want to see what he's out of jail now, and they think he's better. And it was one of the worst things you could ever imagine because they just prey on your member berries. There's nothing about it.
I thought the Rocky franchises did hold up.
I do, too.
Watch those. No, they don't. Compared to, look, Rocky was nominated for
what
best.
You're gonna
please,
get.
Other than Tommy Gunn.
Not in Rocky 2.
I thought they were all good.
In Rocky 2, you did not know what you were going to get. Rocky was nominated for Best Picture, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Actor, Best Support. I mean, it was an epic film about people.
Okay.
And the boxing was kind of an uplifting thing at the end. Rocky 2 had none of the heart. It was just about Apollo and Rocky, and it had none of the heart. It was garbage. Win, Rocky, win. She's in a coma. It was
so good.
Garbage. It was an attempt.
I'm with Brady on this.
It was garbage. Watch it again, and you'll be like,
you came out of there as a kid.
As a kid, I'm an idiot, Brady. Don't judge anything off your childhood brain. That's because you're a mushhead. You're a mushhead who will take absolute pablum and throw it in your face and go, that's something. You didn't even recognize as a kid how great Rocky actually is on its own.
So as an adult, if that Rocky 2's on, you're skipping it.
I'll watch it, but I recognize that it's not that good. It's not a good... All the movies after the first Indiana Jones are terrible. We just love Indy.
True.
That's the
We're
fact.
not talking about Indy. We're talking
we're talking about Rocky.
Yeah.
All the movies after Rocky don't hold a candle to Rocky.
Ooh.
You're telling me Rocky 2 holds up next to Rocky?
Yes,
You're
we are.
insane.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're done. You're fired. You're out. No possible way. Where's Eric? Oh, there's no possible way you're that stupid that you think Rocky 2 has the merits as a story that Rocky has. Rocky is about coming up from nothing, and you're bringing Rocky into Rocky 2. It's not even close.
You're right about
Not
first
even
one
close.
in is always the best.
Not always, because Godfather 2 is the only one where like this is actually a better movie than the first one. And it is. I think all people would agree. They're both spectacular, but Godfather 2 might be...
I still prefer 1 just because of Marlon Brando.
He's
but
amazing.
2's amazing. 2 is
as a movie,
ridiculously amazing. Yeah.
2 is like...
It captures a whole new...
all
That's the
by
thing I like
itself.
about the...
All by itself. Godfather 2 wouldn't have to have the 2 next to it to be a great movie. At all. It doesn't need the 2. Rocky 2, by itself, is garbage as a story and everything else. It's got some great moments, and the boxing's the worst part of it. It's absolutely dreadful to watch that because you're sitting, wow, did anybody ever see a boxing match prior to this? This is ridiculous. I mean, negligent referees that should have been put in jail for the
the
death
match
of
would have been
2 men.
called.
Oh, but they're punching each other on the ground a couple of times.
Yeah.
The ref does nothing. But that aside, because you'll allow that to be just dramatics, the movie itself has no story. None. The second best Rocky movie is that when Adrian's dead with Burt Young. That brings heart back to
Balboa.
it.
Was it Balboa? Yeah.
Rocky wasn't a cartoon, and they made him a cartoon.
Wasn't
2, 3,
2
and
the
4.
risk of the damage to his eye, or is that if you
3
continue
is
boxing,
I think
you could die a punch to the...
No, I think that is
3.
2.
Is it? I thought that.
Yeah.
Well, his eye's bad, but I thought 3 was the one where he smacks him in the head because he doesn't want him to fight Mr. T. He's been putting him in there with tomato cans.
Well, he is, but that wasn't a health issue. It was just like he just knew that Mr. T would destroy him.
Well,
which
that's
he did.
the other thing. Nobody ever believed in Rocky for every movie. It's like You're not going to win, kid. Like his trainer tells him.
You're a bum.
Even Thunderlips, when Hulk Hogan's walking towards a thing in some exhibition wrestling thing. Can we get out of this? Are we contractually obligated? Like everybody wanted to quit in the ring. Like they never even showed Rocky a picture of what this guy looks like. Rocky 2,
John, you're such a hater.
Nope.
Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze was the best. I stand by it.
Turtles 2 might be better than Turtles 1. But also, yesterday might have tasted better than today's. I don't know.
Empire Strikes Back, people are saying.
Close, but I've still got to go first one.
I do too, and because it still needs the first one.
Alien's better than Alien.
That's true. I'd say that's probably true. There's a few. There's
Road
a few.
Warrior better than Mad Max.
Yes.
There's
Although
a few
Mad
out
Max
there.
is great. I love Mad Max.
You know
But
what?
Road Warriors, even that can stand on its own.
Yeah, I think there's a few. But let's not go crazy thinking that jumping back in is a good idea because for every one you name, I can
Terminator 2?
I can name 10. I still think Terminator's better. Terminator 2's bigger.
Raw about
Terminator 2
It was
is
a good follow-up.
Yeah, it's bigger. Terminator 2 is the high budget. Terminator 1's the one that, like, it looked like we could have made it.
Yeah.
It didn't, it was kind of like, wow, and it was kind of a risk, and Terminator's still awesome.
Terminator 2 was good. The kid annoyed me after a while.
Same.
Just like, all right.
I get a little annoyed when children are heroes. But I liked it. It's up there. But I'm not even talking about what movie sequels are better. It's just very rarely a good idea to dive back into something so brilliant. You can't, again, the magic of Rocky is not in Rocky 2, but Rocky is, so you think it's there. And it's not. The movie's okay.
Yeah.
It's nostalgia. That's the reason they made all those Indiana Joneses and are going to continue to do so. Harrison Ford can barely walk, and they just put the hat on him.
Are they doing another one?
Yeah, they put the hat on him.
Halt it
because he's
got
88 years
again.
old.
Yeah.
They put the hat and the whip on him, and we go, oh, here's money.
They threw Pesci in Lethal Weapon 2, John.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if that's an argument for or against.
I'm telling you.
That's all he says.
It's 4. No, I think
Maybe.
he was in 3, actually.
He was in 3.
Yeah, he was in 3.
And Chris Rock and Pesci. And
Yeah.
when it got silly and cartoonish because it was
yeah.
a money grab.
There's one for you, John. The Raid 2? Is that Raid Redemption?
Raid Redemption. And, yes.
Raid 2.
The Raid Redemption is one. And then Raid 2. Both spectacular, but neither considered cinematic glory.
I don't know those.
It's you got to see Raid Redemption. Go watch Raid Redemption. Raid 2 isn't as good as Raid Redemption. No way. I mean, it's just entertainment. Somebody said Grown Ups 2. That's very true. Grown Ups 2 makes you want to kill yourself
Step
twice
it up
as
to the
fast
next
as Grown Ups
level.
1.
A lot of these. Agree to disagree. Good day, sir.
Well, good day to you, and agree that you are an idiot. No, there's no
From Russia with Love was better than the Dr.
Yeah, but the whole point being, Rocky 2 is not as good as Rocky. You can name off a few. I'm not saying they don't exist.
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
there's a few. But if you're saying Rocky 2 is better or equal to
I'm
Rocky,
not saying better, but I think it's up there.
No,
I think it's up there.
No, correct.
up
Rotten
there.
Tomatoes agrees with me, and you guys are morons. It wasn't nominated for anything. Everybody kind of. I know that's where it gets really bad. Is and Rocky's trying to learn to read. It was funny, and it wasn't supposed to be. You just were waiting for him and Apollo to get it on again, and that was not what the first one was about. The first one was about hope and giving a guy from the streets a chance. It made us all feel like, hey,
sure, and
dreams can come true. You can actually
beat him.
Yeah, and then the second one, you're like, no, he's going to be the heavyweight champion, which was the sellout of the first movie. The brilliance of the first movie.
Then they team up. Oh.
The brilliance of the first movie is that he didn't care if he won or lost. His dream came true being in there and holding up. And you're like, this is the blue collar working man's dream. Yeah, no, we're not talking Rocky 4.
Which one?
The eyes can change.
Oh, Jesus.
I see a lot of you guys out there. You looking at me looking at you. And that was the worst part of Rocky
In
is
the
that
jet box.
The speech, yeah.
Stallone started to forget what Rocky was, and then occasionally would write in "yous" and stuff. But there's a line in Rocky
He united 2 countries,
Garbage.
John.
In Rocky 4, when Talia Shire finally says, all right, I'll root for you, which was a growing theme throughout the entire series. He's standing outside of the Siberian cabin, and she says, I'm here for you no matter what. And then Rocky, who could barely speak the language 2 movies ago, goes, no matter what. And I'm like, where did you come from? Who's this? I'm here for you no matter what. I'm like, where's the guy from the streets?
Him and his proper English.
And don't get me started on what the Sklar brothers discovered is why does this guy from Philadelphia have a Brooklyn accent the entire time? There's flaws all over Rocky. I mean,
no flaws in Rambo.
What they should, the Sklar brothers bit on that is so great because Rocky should have been like, we're going to head on down over here and get some water at the water ice place, and we're going to run up to Cherry Hill and do our 5 miles on the road. That's how Rocky should have sounded. His Brooklyn accent any sense at all. Got to get over there and catch the Phillies playing. What I wouldn't give for water ice and a cheesesteak about now.
He's not Australian.
That's kind of what Philly sounds like. Look, we get our water ice. You like water? They say water. Watch the guy who does the tape commercials. This boat has a hole in it.
Seal.
It needs water. It's taking on water. That's Philly. Philly sounds like they all have a little bit of brain damage, but they came back from it, and you just got to smile and go, okay, I guess you're going to make it through 7th grade, even though you're 30. Get a water ice and a cheesesteak. Oh, no. Full. Go downstairs. Kristen's from Philadelphia. Say water, and she'll go, wooter.
All right.
Like, wooter? The hell's wooter? Oh, get out. Shut up. Take you up to Cherry Hill. Yeah. What's Cherry Hill? Cherry Hill? Oh, you guys don't speak the language. Anyway, besides that, Rocky and Rocky 2, big gap in between for quality. You just have that nostalgia. So that's proving my point again that when they do Field of Dreams, the game again, there's going to be people going, this is awesome, because you're just thinking about how you felt the first time. And the more they do it, the more you realize it's garbage. Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is one of the worst movies ever made. It's crap.
That Temple of Doom's terrible.
It's crap. Yeah. I mean, the sets are bad. It should have destroyed the franchise, but we loved Indy so much.
Sean Connery was the only saving matter in the last one.
Well,
the third one. Yeah. I don't consider Crystal Skulls.
John, as a fan of Lana Rhoades, maybe you're with me on this one, but Anal Beauty 10. Way better than the first Anal Beauty.
Nope.
Very rare the 10th sequel is that good, but watch it again, it holds up.
Now, I would disagree on that I think the first one, they should have stopped at the first Anal Beauty. However, Pound My Mom Box, which was on last night, the third one is the best in the installment. That was on.
That's Lana Rhoades?
No, I don't know who that is. I wouldn't watch that. The word mom's in the porn.
Mom box.
If you like the word mom in your porn, you see a psychiatrist like now. I was watching Pound My Mom Box last night. How did you get through that? The word mom's in it.
John, you just unlocked something for me. A friend of mine is from Harrisburg. She has a New Jersey accent. WTF, she says use all the time.
Use. Yeah, but that's when Stallone didn't know how to write for his own character anymore. I mean, watching people change. Views can change. I'm like, okay, you're not the same guy anymore. Knock it off. You have a robot at home.
John, I've been waiting all these years for History of the World Part 2, Jews in Space, in order to know if it'll be better than Part 1.
But that was the best part of that movie, is that when it scrolled out and they did Jews in Space.
The trailer.
And you're like, oh, they're doing another one. And then he never gave it to you.
Yeah.
Because it would have sucked, and he knew it. The Blazing Saddles 2 would have been terrible, although they tried a Blazing Saddles show.
They did?
Yes. And,
how do you do that on TV?
They tried it. And never, there's I can't remember who the star of it was. It's a big name. It might have been Danny Glover. I don't remember, but it never saw the light of day. But they filmed a couple episodes and it never made it on. Blazing Saddles, the TV show, was almost on.
That movie does not hold up when it's edited, so it can't hold up on TV.
It didn't have the name Blazing Saddles, though.
Oh, okay.
Television titled Black Bart.
Black Bart. It was about Black Bart, the sheriff, and they followed him around. It was
produced for CBS.
Who was in it? Who played Black Bart?
Louis Gossett
Louis
Jr.
Gossett Jr. That's right. And it was
supposed to be released in 76.
Mel Brooks didn't realize that they had a deal that they could make. He had to do some sort of a sequel. It was in the deal that he had to help write, and they wrote garbage on purpose, and they filmed the whole thing, and it's out there somewhere.
Just wasting everybody's time. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere.
I would imagine you can find it out there, but
there's a phony streaming service called Netflix that's decided to it's dedicated to fake movies within real movies. So when you're talking about the History of the World Part 1, the trailer at the end,
it's got to be in there.
It is, and they'll have other movie posters. They kind of do little screenshots of like Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder.
Great stuff. That's one of my favorites.
Conan the Librarian from the Weird Al movie UHF.
Right.
Good Will Hunting 2, Hunting Season.
Oh. So the Blazing Saddles Black Bart, CBS aired the pilot once, only once, on April 4th, 1975. Pilot episode of Black Bart was later included as a bonus feature on the Blazing Saddles 30th anniversary DVD and Blu-ray disc, so it is out there.
I didn't know that part. Yeah, but Mel Brooks talks about that thing being kind of a thing. Rocky V got a 31% by the audience on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, 5 was Tommy Gunn, right?
Yeah.
Terrible. That was terrible.
Just terrible.
People are asking if Creed counts in the Rocky
Creed was
franchise.
pretty good. Well, oddly enough, the critics liked Rocky at a 93% clip, and the audience liked Rocky at a 69, which is very rare that the audience likes it less than critics. Unless it's like one of those weird sideways movies that Rocky 2 was nowhere near Rocky. You guys are idiots.
There's Lewis as
Black Bart. Yeah. It's not even worth looking at, but is this on the...
It's on YouTube. It's on me.
Yeah, sir.
I'm not even going to look at this.
Yeah,
I want it's Rock Ridge. It makes me sad that none of the people are in it. But yeah, they've done that. They always go back to 2. This guy just said it. Airplane 2. Airplane 2. He said Airplane 2 holds up. Compared to Airplane, no, it doesn't. Not even close. Except for I did like the point where William Shatner's trying to guide the shuttle into the moon. He said, "Well, we need some type of bobby pin or something." And then Ted Stryker comes back. They have a bobby pin. What's a man doing with a bobby pin? Like he asked him to get one, and then questioned his sexuality once he did. It was great.
2 is good, but it doesn't hold up to 1.
It's not that good.
It doesn't hold up to 1.
It's just a couple of jokes.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, don't even start with that. I will wrestle you to the earth and through it, Brady. Smokey and the Bandit 2, and then 3.
What about Police Academies?
The first one wasn't that good. The first one has to be epic for the other ones to even be talked about.
Cannonball Run 2 was terrible.
Again,
Don't
now
even remember it.
Now you're just going down the line of crap movies that had even worse sequels. Yeah. Anyway, Rocky 2's as good as Rocky. I'll wait for you guys to go into the bathrooms and rip your heads out of your asses before the show can continue. You're standing. You're being stubborn for no reason. You have to understand that nowhere near as good.
We're being stubborn.
No, I'm being right. You're being stubborn.
That it's not as good.
Well,
but
that's all I was saying.
But it held up the franchise. The next couple.
Well, everybody loved it, but that's my point. It's like every time it's a little bit less than the first one. And Rocky 2 is a huge drop-off from Rocky, but you still liked Rocky and Apollo, so it was tolerable. Rocky 3, Mr. T was visually interesting, had a couple great lines when he was trying to sexually assault Adrian. Pretty solid. Kills Mickey. What are we doing here? What's going on? Why are we killing off these kids? Rocky 4 is just absolutely awful. Rocky 5 is like children wrote it with crayons.
Rocky 4 was entertaining, but it was not good. 3 and 4, the problem was they got stuck in that 80s thing.
I don't know what was going on.
It was just an 80s thing. But although Clubber Lang was a great villain. Great villain.
But the movie was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's no reason to root for Rocky anymore. He was the champion. The whole point was the
formula of training.
Yeah, the nothing to something.
2 weeks.
Then became a formula movie. It was not something though. Rocky was about a guy who had nothing, and then something. And that's what they tried to recreate with the last one, when it was Rocky Balboa, is he had lost it all again, and now he had to be something again.
It's amazing how much the music helps on those films.
Bill Conti,
Wrath of Khan, better than Star Trek.
Is that 3?
Yeah, but again,
that's 3.
That was 2 with.
We're talking about sequels to movies
Ricardo.
that weren't very good in the first place. I'm talking about epic movies that you try to recreate the magic. Star Trek had no magic. It wasn't a good movie. So it would be real easy to make a second one better because the first one wasn't that great.
Yeah, you wouldn't put in the Rocky
Somebody wrote
category.
Showgirls 2.
Showgirls 2 had to be better than
terrible.
Showgirls. If they made Showgirls 2, just change the title because you don't want to even tie to it. Yeah, Pound My Mom box, though. That you get into 2 and 3 and you're like, wow, they've really grown as writers. Who does that?
You can
Mom
see the evolution.
box. Oh, yeah, you can really see the character development. Rocky 2
Porky's.
is as good as Rocky.
Porky's 2 was terrible.
This is ridiculous.
It's his point.
Yeah.
Another example.
Even ask Sylvester Stallone and say, Rocky 2, anywhere near as good as Rocky. Oh, no, Rocky was my opus. That was the best thing I've ever done. It's not even close. Rocky 2 is just me milking it. Like, of course, it's okay. It's nowhere near as good. But yeah, so back to the Field of Dreams thing. We do this a second time. Do this a second time, and it's not going to be nearly as cool. It would be awesome if last night that was it, and they just grew the corn. And it was maybe generational. Because think about it. I mean, baseball's got a problem with young viewers. They can't get them. What did this do for that? Nothing.
No.
This was a 1989 movie. So people who are nostalgic about this movie.
They won't get it next year either.
No, people nostalgic about this movie are between 43 and 60. It's the exact demo that they're trying to avoid now because baseball's dying.
We've
because
got them.
No young people are watching the game. People like me, I did backflips for this thing because it hit me, or my movie nostalgia lives where baseball lives. It was awesome. But some 22-year-olds like, who's Kevin Costner?
Corn.
Yeah, Corn. What the hell is this crap? Oh, boo. And half of them are Toledo now because none of them even have a relationship with their dad, so the movie doesn't even resonate with them. They never understood having a catch with their dad because they don't play baseball. That's why you need to pick different movies. You need to have, like, Quidditch or something out in the middle of the field so these idiots can have something nostalgic. Or maybe the Hunger Games where somebody comes out and eats one of the players. Just garbage. But, yeah, Rocky 2 is better. You guys pissed me off.
Never said it was better.
Said it was as good.
Said it holds up.
Ugh. No, it doesn't. It's just the fight scene. You wouldn't sit and watch the whole thing. It jumped the shark when...
I tear up in...
You watch Rocky 2 and cry?
I think.
Pussy.
I don't know.
Pussy.
That makes you one of them... what did Brenneman call him? Castellanos.
Deep.
The mayor of...
What movie do you cry at that you shouldn't? Because Field of Dreams makes me cry. Almost every time.
Oh, that
every
opening
time.
scene I got
Of baseball?
last night.
No kidding. You started weeping then.
Because of the music. Yeah. I wasn't weeping.
You were
but-
weeping. Crying and weeping are the same. You were weeping. Like an open sore.
Yeah, what's the difference between weeping and crying?
The crying, maybe your eyes well up, but no tears
Weeping's
come down.
more dramatic?
Weeping,
It's more dramatic?
hyperventilating, and
Okay.
See, I think if your eyes well up and you don't have any tears come out, you've stopped yourself from crying. What you're describing is bawling.
yeah, bawling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I think. Crying
You-
and bawling, or
Yeah, but weeping. You wept. You wept. You openly wept last night.
tomato.
Nuh-uh.
No,
You openly wept.
got a little choked up.
Did you
Got a little
weep?
choked
Did you last night? You said,
No,
you
I
said you
didn't
did a
weep.
second ago. Why backtracking? Either you
said I
did or
got a
you
little
didn't.
choked
You
up
said you
last
cried.
night.
Did he not say you cried last
He
night?
said that.
Yeah.
I asked you,
And
what
then
did you
you said
cry?
you wept.
I said, what did you cry at? And you said,
Okay,
last
flip-flop.
night. You were
I'm choked
flip-flop.
up.
Did you cry? I want some answers, goddammit.
I didn't have to wipe any tears from her.
There's movies that make me cry that shouldn't, though. And Field of Dreams is one. I can't help it. Whenever he says that, you, Dad, want to have a catch? And I'm sure Toledo's just on the ground at that moment.
Oh, it's always got
That's got to be a killer because all of us that felt that love of a father, that's like a moment. You just have to feel abandoned all over again.
Yeah, I avoid it.
Yeah, I would. That's a movie I wouldn't watch. Ever. I'd watch movies about dads that die if I was you.
Asshole dads.
Just dick dads.
Nothing in common. I watch it for that.
Did you?
Yeah, with Hanks and
Tom Hanks
Gleason. Yeah,
Because
he's an asshole dad.
But doesn't he
in
have to
that one.
take care of his dad? And he loves him?
He does.
But it's still a son relationship.
Yeah.
And in the end, they bond
Yeah, that
over
one,
a gangrenous foot, if I remember right.
that one got ugly cry on that one for me.
Did you cry?
Oh,
Ugly
yeah.
cry on that?
Yeah.
I ugly cry at dog movies.
Right. My Dog Skip.
My
is that the
Dog
one?
Skip.
Yeah.
I almost had to leave the
I
theater.
won't watch that movie.
Don't.
Yeah.
Although, again, like my friend Brian Rendell said, he called me. He went to Harkins, Camel View, and called me and said, take a girl to My Dog Skip because it turns you into everything they want us to be. And I'm like, what? And he goes, do it. I'm like, I don't think I want to because I had just started dating this girl. I'm like, I don't think I want to do it. Take her to the movie My Dog Skip. I guarantee you, things will change in your life that day. And sure enough, that was that movie. I was when Skip tries to get on the bed, but he's too arthritic. People tapping me on the shoulder. Sir, shut up, please. Go home. I'm just welling up a little.
This date is over.
According to my friend Brady, this isn't crying.
Now that's weeping.
My Dog Skip messed me up. Oh, there's a scene where little dickhead Frankie Muniz. I lived by Frankie for a little while in Arcadia, and I'd ride by his house. I'm like, you should never hit that doggy prick mother, because he smacked Skip in the face. Right on the baseball field, ironically. He's out there, and Skip runs out, and he wants to play with his boy, and he's like, no. And he's mad at him for embarrassing because and he just gives Skip a smack. Your dog. It was brutal. My dog Skip crushes me. Where the red fern grows. Babe. Oh!
Yeah, Babe. Babe's a killer, too.
That'll do, pig.
Yeah. You start singing the song in here the one time, and I almost teared up.
What's his name? Sang it to us. The better thing is that when my dog Lexus was dying, Babe was on. And she had a thing that killed her in 6 days. She was fine. She got they thought it was rat poison. It turned out she had a small, microscopic tumor behind her heart that made her blood thin through her veins. So she was bleeding internally, and she's laying on the couch. They thought they had it controlled, and next to me, and her head's down. And if I could make a day for you comes on. And I'm like watching thing with her next to me. I would make a morning. And her head lifted up to the TV. Golden and true. So I started to sing that to her. And she's looking at me with these deep brown eyes. And then, so Babe reminds me of Lexi. And it drives me through the moon. I can't watch it. Babe Pig in the City, however, they made him a prostitute. I'd rather why that was disgusting.
John, any love for the Any Which Way But Loose series?
Of course, any which way you can. Yeah, but again, let's not go hillbilly white trash and worry about the sequels to a movie that wasn't that great to begin with.
I knew these texts were coming. All right, you pussies. I'll drop a box of pads off today. Where do I need to leave them?
Right at My Dog Skip's double feature, which we're going to show Brett, and I guarantee I'll be staring at you.
Not watching.
Right when, it's a boy and his dog, for Christ's sake. Yeah, that one crushes me.
I remember Old Yeller when they would show that in, was it elementary or junior high? And that's still, to this day, I still won't watch that one again.
Brutal.
Yeah.
When Travis has to go kill his dog, and can't you, it's so inhumane. Yeah. He's got the hydrophobia. From saving Travis's life, you ungrateful prick, shoot yourself.
I hate you, Disney.
Disney's the worst.
You have me trying to define now, John, because I always thought weeping was like tears of joy. Your eyes are technically, but you're not fully invested in crying yet.
Right. Weeping is that.
What am I doing?
What's happening? That's when you're weeping. Crying, I think, is you have one of those moments. Oh, the one that got me in the theater recently was that Mr. Rogers documentary.
Oh, yeah.
When that little boy, that little
I need to see that.
Oh,
it's good.
The documentary will kick you square in the
Not the Tom Hanks, the
ball.
actual documentary.
Nah, that's not good. Okay. There's a scene with this kid named Jeffrey who's in a wheelchair.
They're singing that song.
And they start singing, and Jeffrey sings along with them. Google that. I might cry if you get that scene up. This little boy comes on, and they didn't rehearse anything. His parents said that you mean the world to him. He's got another surgery. He had no spine. He was born with one eye and a jellyfish spine. I don't know what was wrong with him. This is the worst disease ever. And
he knew the song.
And he had sit with Mr. Rogers as it was almost a Make-A-Wish type thing. His parents would you? And he's like, I'll have him. And they wheel him out there in his little Stephen Hawking thing, and he's just all crippled up. So in the theater, I'm sitting there, and I'm like,
don't commit.
And then they start singing, and I look over, and Megan is done, and I'm just like, I cry ugly.
And at the end, Brady goes, I love you, Brian Piccolo.
And at the end of the movie,
that's a tearjerker for me.
We're still at the end of the documentary. Mr. Rogers is getting some Lifetime Achievement Award, and in the front row, the cripple's there. He's an adult now. He made it. And they hadn't stayed in touch. And Mr. Rogers, hits the ground and crawls to him to, give him a hug because he remembered him immediately. Oh, Brett, I swear to God, this is it. God damn it.
Can you tell my friends
I'm gonna lose it.
what it is that made you need this wheelchair?
Sure. Well, when I was about 7 months old, I had a tumor, and it broke the nerves to tell my hands and legs what to do.
I see.
And
he's the OG Caleb.
I got a wheelchair when I was 4 years old.
That was your first one? Mm-hmm. When you were 4?
Uh-huh.
He told Jeff before they started that they would have a chat and then sing a song together.
No, that's all right. Oh, don't do that. Don't.
It's not the way.
Go back to the beginning of it. Go back to the beginning of it. Singing.
It's not
right
the
about
way.
There.
It's you
Oh, crying out
I
loud.
like. It's not the things you
Jeffrey,
wear.
sing back.
Watch.
It's not the way you do your hair. But it's you I like. The way you are right now.
Oh.
The way down deep inside.
The little cripple starts going, I start going.
It sings way better than me.
Harmonized.
Not your fancy chair. That's just beside you.
Wait till how they end it.
But it's you I like. Every
part
of you.
He didn't even know he knew the song.
Your skin, your eyes, your feeling.
Whether old
or new.
I hope that you
No, this kid's got like his spine being removed in 12 hours.
Oh, he's on a metal frame.
Yeah, he's sitting inside a room. Yeah, he looks like he's on a spit.
It's you.
Watch this.
It's you.
Oh, Fred, you bastard. It's happening.
You. I
Like. And it is you I
And he does the boop on the nose.
And there must be times when you do feel blue.
Uh-huh.
I'm not feeling blue right now.
Me neither.
His spine comes out tomorrow in 12 hours. Yeah. Oh, when you watch that thing in the theater, I was a
Now I want to see
blubbering
him
mess.
at the awards.
Yeah, and then at the end, there he is in the thing in the chair, and Jeffrey's there. Oh, that was the other than My Dog Skip. That was the most embarrassing cry I've ever had.
There
in
you
the
go.
theater.
There he is in the chair.
You got Jesus, Brett.
I'm making it right now. I'm John Holmberg, shilling away for Tampax.
He crawls up there. There he is.
Then they go into Enter Sandman.
My pleasure.
Right. And everybody in the audience is like, make it stop, Rick. Oh, look at them together.
Are they going to sing again? Candace Bergen's losing it.
It's an honor to be here tonight, to be part of your proud moment. This proud moment, you know, when
Okay, I can't watch these two. Oh my God. Well, thanks for all that, guys.
All right.
It's you. I like Brady. You're kind of like that kid.
Yeah.
I always look at you. You're always sitting down when I see you.
Spineless.
Weepy. Probably on the brink. You never know when Brady's not going to come in the next day. 20 years from now, I'd be shocked to see Brady too. Don't.
Hey, Holmberg. Movies never made me cry, but I will tell you, the day my 21-year-old cat passed away, you guys played Slipknot Snuff on the radio.
Yeah, that'll
Had
do
to
it.
pull over on the side of the road and cry my eyes out.
You're a serial
every
killer.
Time I hear Snuff.
You're a serial killer. You kill people and bury them in your basement. There's nobody in the world who's ever said my cat died and then snuffed by Slipknot who took me over the brink, unless you've got blood on your hands from several murders.
Thanks a lot, guys. You have any idea how hard it is to drive with my eyes all teared up, crying? Thanks, John.
Yeah. Guys driving a truck with a burk.
Let's go to commercial, for Christ's sake, you pussies. Don't cry on the air. Don't do it.
We wept that time when Pat Tillman died and that Ranger called on the show.
Oh, man.
And then he read the Ranger's
Yeah.
creed. We didn't ask him to.
Right.
And he's like, and we were just having, just like, if you guys want to let it out. And this guy calls and he goes, I want to read something to you. And he read the Rangers, I guess it's their creed. I don't know. I looked at Brady and Brady's blubbering like last night.
You welled up.
No, you were a mess.
Swelling.
I was crying. I can admit it. I'm a man. I know when I'm crying. I don't need
Allergies.
definition of that. I was teared up, man.
Michael Legault says, Defacer here. Steel Magnolias for me, John.
Well, you're
Sally
gay.
Field.
It's different.
Cemetery scene.
Michael's a homosexual. So. Steel Magnolias is pretty good. He sees it different than us because it's more of a fever dream of things he'd want to be. Like he's looking at the outfits, and I wish I. No, I don't watch those movies and cry because I'm not Sally Field.
I told you the one that got me as a kid was the King Kong.
Oh yeah, when he said
that's
that was
right.
tough when he's laying in the middle of New York. Yeah, as a little kid, because you wanted him to win.
Yeah,
those dickheads kept shooting at him.
It kills me, not a movie, but those goddamn Sarah McLachlan commercials.
Oh, I can't watch
I have to change the channel. I don't care what I'm watching. I'm changing it.
That Geico one's pretty strong, I think, where they have her on there.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that,
yeah.
that's Sarah.
That's
Lisa
Lisa
Loeb.
Loeb.
Yeah.
No.
That makes you cry though.
No, that it
guy
cracks me up
tearing
because
up.
it's the same era almost.
want to. I need better insurance.
I might be the only one, John, but I cried at the end of Gran Torino. Not because he dies, but because he doesn't give his dick relatives anything.
That's true.
That's tears of joy, actually.
Yeah, because his relatives suck. Yeah, that is it. And then that Hmong kid steals his car again, but he gets to keep it for real. And driving to my Gran Torino. That song starts playing. Yeah, that's pretty weepy.
McCush gets me every time.
Oh, don't get me started on $1 Million Baby. McCushla. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to just have a weepy weekend. No, it's appropriate because I got to go to my twink neighbor's wedding reception dinner this weekend. So it's you I like. Oh, man, that kid. That's why I don't like people in wheelchairs. They'll make me cry eventually. You're just going to let me down.
You cried to Caleb?
Oh, yeah. I don't like hanging out with folks in wheelchairs. You're inevitably going to be sad. Inevitably, our relationship is going to end up awful.
Steve Gleason? I mean, come on.
Who's that? Oh, God, no, I could never be friends with him. Oh, forget it. I'd be a disaster every day. He would not want to hang out with me because I'd be crying all the time. Like, why are you crying? Because you're so clearly going to die soon. I don't want to hang around, like, death happening. Oh, it'd be awful.
Great lead in this morning. Got a funeral this weekend I got to go to.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, you're going to be weeping. It's not going to be any fun.
Mask up.
Food will be good. You like funerals. Food will be good. That's a positive for the living. It's a celebration of life, and those people sure know how to make food. So.
Goddamn Disney is right, John. Homeward Bound. Can't watch it.
Oh, they showed that thing on a plane for me once. It was the first movie I ever saw on an airplane was Homeward Bound. What's happening? We're not in Chicago yet.
They had to land it early.
Yeah.
Get them off the plane.
Western Airlines would like to take this opportunity to ask you guys to man up a little bit. Maybe pull that pouch out of your vag. It's just a movie, sir. Please stop.
Jesus Christ, can you do this crap on Mondays? This is not the way I want to charge into the weekend.
Charge in with tears in your eyes. Also, remember that person that broke your heart. Hello, Seattle. I'm listening. What's on the big board of musical treats?
I don't know. We're going to follow that up, but
a little emotional.
Yeah, no kidding. Song brought to you guys by our buddies over there at Action Ride Shop. Check out Josh and the boys. You got the mountain bike ready to roll. You got a BMX bike for the kids. They got scooters, all the accessories you're going to need. Plus, they are carrying our 5-alarm coffee.
And I just told Troy Hayden Morecambe that we're ready to go. So we're going to take him out for a mountain bike ride.
All right, let's do it.
We get the Action Ride Shop boys to get Troy Hayden Morecambe out there with us. And
do we have to go, though? Those guys?
No, I'm taking. Okay. I'm sending Troy out with,
all right, good.
With the
Thank
pros.
God. But
the pros.
Check out their brand new check out their brand new website, actionrideshop.com, as well as check them out on social media, Instagram and Facebook. Children of the Corn showing up from Corn, considering what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
John Fogerty, center field. I knew that one was going to come in.
Good one.
Queens of the Stone Age, a couple times. Ice 9 Kills. Body count, no lives matter for the black players having to wear those uniforms last night.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Parkway Drive, Fever 333.
Is body counts, no lives matter any good?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I haven't heard it yet, and that's interesting to me. I wonder Ice T's take on that.
All right.
That's from the new record, right?
Yeah. Was that the new one? Or I think it was the
one right before. Not the one came out this year.
No, it was the one right before.
Yeah. All right. By the way, it's Friday the 13th as well.
Yeah.
If you're interested or still have some sort of feeling that that's a thing. Which I'm not sure people do. I'm sure other radio stations are like, whoa, it's just, knock it off. Is it a thing? I don't know. Whenever you're worried about it, just remember, it's tomorrow in Japan. So it's already over, and we'd know if something bad was going to happen. So I don't think it's focused on you, the Friday the 13th. Besides that, Asian people hate the number 4, so it's never ending with the bad luck.
4?
No, I don't like 4s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a bad luck thing.
Does the casinos have 4th floors, or do they skip those too?
Casino does not have 40 through 50 at the places that cater to Asian.
Oh, okay.
Aria goes from floor 39 to 50.
Oh, okay.
And I think also that the Encore and
Win.
The Win, yeah.
The number 4 apparently resembles the word for death.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So they don't like that when they're throwing their cash all over the baccarat table. And they do. Boy, I don't know how to play that game, but they know it. They learned that as babies. They're just all Asians at that table. Just dice are all over the place. I'm like, what the hell game is this? Like, you don't want to play it. Why? Your eyes are a little too wide open. You won't get it. Like, really? Yeah, you're not.
You have to keep a ledger.
Yeah, there's like accounting.
Yeah.
Are you Jewish? No. Okay, you can't play this at all. Yeah, I wouldn't know how to do it. Let's do it. You got the bounty count ready?
Download it.
All right. Because that's it. But Friday the 13th, that's why I went. I've won a lot of money in Vegas on a Friday the 13th weekend once. It's a pretty good weekend to, buck the trends. The one that they get you on is the 7-7. When July 7th, every casino goes, come on down. I've never seen anybody win on the lucky numbers, but the unlucky ones seem to walk out of there with cash. I've been Friday the 13th here at Indian casinos. Guardian casinos.
Well, I'm heading up there tonight.
Yeah, are you going tonight?
Yeah.
The Guardian casinos you'll pay on a Friday the 13th. You just got, not everybody, obviously, but I've seen more luck on those weekends, almost as if they're thumbing their nose at the whole lucky numbers thing, too. I've pulled that twice. I've gone on Friday the 13th, and it's been lucky. So, good luck.
Thanks.
Knock it cold. You ready to go?
Yeah, I was just going to try and check the lyrics. But
Oh, yeah, we should probably look at that. I'm assuming
it is body count.
Body count is going to say terrible things. You never said the movie that actually got you, though, Brady.
What are you talking about?
Like the one that made you cry like a baby. Did you say the one that gets you every time that you shouldn't cry at?
Rocky 2.
It's his favorite.
All the Rockies get me. Yeah.
Nothing.
There's nothing. No.
Nothing top of mind.
You won't admit it now.
I can watch something that I'm
E.T.
like the 5 minutes. Whew.
Better have your
championship stuff gets me for some reason.
So I cried when Tiger Woods won that last Masters.
Yeah.
Which
the Olympics every now and then.
No kidding. The Olympics made you cry. What part?
Just accomplishing
the love of a
feat.
child.
No, someone winning something, coming back from. It's just the.
Have you cried through the love of a child since yesterday's quote of the day? Have you ever cried just because the love of a child? Yeah, that's a yes. I don't know. You brought up love of a child. I don't even know what it means, but you said
it's something that it's not like a tangible. It's a weird, tangible.
Did you ever just stare at Kirby and start crying?
When she was younger.
Yeah,
there's time.
Creepy.
Well, it's
when Alex
you know
was
what
5.
it catch you?
I know
it's
every
like
dad says they've done
it. He asked me about
created
death.
this,
and
you're part of that, and it's just amazing.
Right. That's what Toledo's dad said. I created this, and I ran.
Kick it away.
Every father cries. That's Toledo's lasting memory is the card.
Well, I don't have that
Then
memory.
they poop on you.
He does.
He does. He remembers you crying and him crying harder. And then they crap all over you for the next 22 years and then blame you when you're paying for their therapy. It's perfect. This is going to be a tough one for me.
You're going to switch it up to...
No.
You can do it?
I can do this. I don't know how fast he's going to do it.
It's going to be a bunch of skips?
Too fast.
If it gets out of hand, we'll just stop.
Oh, okay.
All right. Here we go. It's body count. This one's called No Lives Matter. It's not. He's never he's not one of those Eminem types.
Freelancer.
Yeah, he's all right. I can get through this.
He throws it out there, but it's he's not a speed guy.
Nope, we'll get it. All right.
The best the world has to offer in music, drama, and comedy.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.